course, the one fall I take is on a 50-50. What's going on, you guys? It is super cloudy out today, overcast, and I finally got myself a new deck, just another mini logo blank, but man, does it feel good to not have razor tail. And my old deck had a bunch of stress fractures going right from the bolts on the grip tape side, so I won't be feeling that again, which would be sweet. As you guys can see, I got this fat box out here today, and we're gonna be trying to learn a new trick, another new trick today. I don't really skate ledges, and it's been a little sketchy going to skate parks with all this COVID and shit, so, and even when I do get to a skate park, the ledges are usually just taken. So we're not gonna talk too much today. I'm gonna do a couple things. I wanna learn another flat ground trick that I'm really close to landing. That's gonna be a Fakie Frontside Big Spin and crooked grind. So we're gonna be doing a bunch of that. And then I'm gonna help a friend out, Ben Thomas. He's got a YouTube channel I've been watching for a while. He's been one of the reasons I've been motivated to get back on my board. So Ben, thanks so much, and hopefully I can give you a couple tips to land your kickflip, because I watched your video, your most recent video, and you're like so close, dude. Yeah, let's get to it. I'm going back to the crooked grind. Fingers crossed I don't eat it again. Oh my God. I'm just making this harder than it needs to be. All right, I'm warmed up a bit, and apparently I wasn't recording in my last session, so I'm gonna go for that Fakie front big, because I think I'm really closer to landing that than I am the crooked grind. I mean, the crooked grind's gonna take me over 100 tries easily to get a good one, or just to land one, period. So we're gonna get that Fakie front big, and then I'm gonna give Ben some tips on his kickflip, because he's just so close, and then we'll get back to the crooked grind. So here we go. I'm just getting lazy now. Okay, so apparently something just clicked with me today, and I was able to get that literally like third try, second try, so I'm gonna get back to the crooked grind soon, I guess. Then I noticed that you are also trying to do Fakie Big Spins. My quick tip to you on them is try not to pop them when you're first learning them, just like I just did those front bigs. Just kind of scoot them on the ground and just try and focus on getting on top of them, staying on top of them, and landing on them. Then once you get that down, just try and pop them if you want. I mean, you could do them both ways. I'll give a quick example of the ways I do my Fakie Big Spins, both scooted or shoved and popped. You kind of tell the difference between the shoved and the popped. I mean, they're about the same. Once you get the motion down, the movement's the same. It's just a little bit more downward force. But yeah, you got it, man. All right, I'm gonna give you a quick kickflip tip that I think will really get you to land that kickflip really soon, man. You're so close. All right, Ben, you're super close to landing your kickflips. I think this is the final step, is just getting back on your board once you get that front foot flicked out, because your back foot's pretty much going to catch it every time, which is what you want. If your front foot is the last part, then you're basically there. So what I'd say is, I saw you trying to do the table technique. That's a good technique. The chain link fence is better. Now you want one a little bit taller than this. This is about waist height for me, which is why I'm down here taking a knee. What you're gonna wanna do is get a chain link fence that's about chest height, so you can get your fingers in there and hold on to it about chest height. And when you go to do the kickflip, pull up like you're doing a pull-up. Hold yourself there, let the board flip underneath you. Try and land on it like that. It's gonna be a little bit easier. You're gonna be able to hold yourself up instead of the table. You're kind of like leaning over, and your body weight's gonna be a little bit different than when you're doing it on flat ground. Now obviously the chain link fence is gonna be different than flat ground regardless, but it's gonna be a little bit closer to flat ground than the table will be. So I'll show you a quick example. Even though this isn't, you know, chest height for me, this is what I would do. And obviously the most ideal situation is you're gonna want this concrete. You don't want the grass, obviously. I mean, if you're more comfortable practicing on grass, by all means, but for more real world applications and such, you want concrete at your feet, obviously. So let's go. Well, that's basically it. I mean, that's what you want to do. As you're up there, you want to just hold yourself up. If you have something like this, I mean, this works just as well. I don't think you really necessarily need something chest height. This is about waist height for me, so when I jump to do my kickflip, instead of sucking my knees up like you normally would on flat ground with no support, you can just lock your elbows out on top of the fence, and that'll allow you to hold up and let the board flip underneath you. So you can get used to catching with your back foot, bringing your front foot off of the flick back up, because you want to suck it up right after you do the flick. You want to suck it back up to your chest, spot the board and land it. So this will definitely help keep your feet up. And a couple attempts on here. Obviously you want concrete. You can do it on grass like you saw me do it. It's just a little bit harder to pop, and you know, transferring it from there to concrete is gonna be a little weird, but hey, do it whatever way you want to do it, man. You're so close. I wish you the best of luck. Keep trying. So I think what keeps happening a lot, why I keep getting stuck on this box, I mean, I waxed it like crazy yesterday. I was doing these last night in my driveway before obviously I brought it out here. I got a lot more space, more run up. I can prepare it a little bit better. But I think what keeps happening is that when I get into it, I'm putting a lot of pressure down on my nose and just kind of pushing straight down, and I'm just getting stuck. So I think mentally I'm at the point where locking in is there. I could get into the trick most of the time. It's just a matter of shifting my weight into the grind and getting kind of like that smooth transition. I think another part is like I'm ollieing a little higher than the ledge is. I don't know what that is. I think it's just like a fear response to thinking I need to get a little bit higher over the ledge. And so I think what I gotta do is a little bit smaller ollie, and as I get into it, instead of pushing straight down, I think I gotta tweak my front foot out a little bit when I lock in. That way I can kind of shift that weight from the ollie going up and down and kind of out more, so I can keep the momentum going instead of stopping it dead in its tracks. So that's why I keep sticking. But it's a mind thing, I guess, and a muscle memory thing, so we're just gonna keep trying, man. Alright, at this point I'm not sticking anymore. I'm just getting scared, and I'm kicking the board out. I'm coming off. Both my trucks are clearing, and we're landing flat. The board is, anyway. And then I'm just kind of spreading my legs because I'm too scared to land on the board. So another mental barrier we gotta get through. But we're gonna do it. I also talked to some people on Reddit just to get some feedback on some of my videos, and they said, change your camera angle every once in a while. So I'm gonna change my camera angle. All right, this angle is for the Reddit homies. I'm gonna land it, I swear. One of these 1,000 tries, I'm gonna land it. Oh my God! I told you, hey man, that was for y'all folk on Reddit. That might have been the ugliest crooked grind. I don't even know if that was a crooked grind. It might have been even, that might have even been a nose grind. It was more of just like a little kiss of the rail. What a relief that is. I've been grinding, both literally and metaphorically, to get that done. But we're not done yet. I mean, that might be it for this video, but I'm gonna be out here for quite a while trying to lock these in so that every maybe 2 out of 3 times I can get them, maybe 3 out of 5, I don't know. Oh my God. With that being done and out of the way, I at least have one documented, whether it be as god-awful as it looked or not. I mean, I'm gonna be practicing these for quite a while either way, but I did want to get one on camera. That was like my first one on camera, and like one of my first ones ever. Probably like my 3rd one. But I mean, that was pretty bad anyway. I took a spill trying to do a 50-50 on my badly contusioned hand. So yesterday I ordered some wrist guards so that I don't mess my hands up, and I kind of get over that fear of, if I eat it right now, I'm gonna destroy my hands. And like, I work in a warehouse, so like I gotta pick things up, and like that's the last thing I need is for me to not be able to go to work because I'm skating, you know what I mean? And last tip I'm gonna tell you, Ben, and I'm sure you already know about this, is don't focus or worry about your worst attempts. I mean, you're gonna have, like you've seen here, 100 attempts, and some of them were terrible. Some of them I got into a board slide trying to crooked grind, and that's just how it is. But I took those, I kind of forgot about those worst attempts and thought about my best attempts at the time, because in the future, right, your best attempts become your future worst attempts, if that makes any sense. your best attempts now are gonna be your worst attempts in the future, right? So that's what you really wanna focus on. Think about what you could have done differently on those really good attempts where you're so close. And hey, at the end of the day, you can take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. You know, every skateboarder perceives tricks a little bit differently. Everybody has their own little foot positioning and their own little ins and outs of their tricks, subtle nuances that help you land it. So at the end of the day, man, it's all up to you. I believe you can land it. I'm sure everybody else watching you believes you can land it. And hey man, stay an inspiration to the rest of us. You're really shredding out there. You're making some great progress that is inspiring me to get out here and learn new tricks. I mean, I'm not a ledge skater, but I built a box just to come out here to learn new tricks because of watching your progression. So hey man, I just want to thank you a bunch. I wish you all the best. Until next time,